Look.
Listen.
Taylor.
Welcome one, welcome all. It's episode 145, the big giant season premiere. Taylor.
You're one of those people that says 100 instead of 100?
The 100? I probably use all manner of 100s.
100.
100.
Yeah, both work.
100.
One and are both guys. This is
well,
a big
they
deal.
could be girls.
Girls? Ladies, listen up.
Listen up. Here's the story about Pokemon.
Way to go,
series.
Geese. Yeah.
Nope.
Stay strong. Keep going.
Too off the rails, guys. Okay, maybe this is going to be the vibe for this episode. A little bit off the rails, maybe. It's going to be hard for me to read my icona. It's episode 145, but here's the big deal, guys. You know, I don't know if you know this, but
unique New York.
Guess what, everybody? Episode 1 of Mega Voltage, the brand new Pokemon Horizon series we're starting today, it's a two-parter, a part 1 and a part 2. What does that mean for you? That's right, you're getting a two-parter. So we're going to discuss this, and then part 2, it'll be one giant episode, except split right in half. So have fun.
Just like
that.
Netflix.
How is it like Netflix?
Because they separate every season into two parts.
Oh, yeah, just like Sopranos. And the
Mad Men. Actually, I think The Wire was the only one that did it.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad did it. Mad Men did it.
Internally, the people who worked on Sopranos still switched it, or they called it by an actual number. It's just HBO trying to, I think they were trying to like rip people off on contract things to pay them less by calling it season 6 part 2 or something like that.
What? HBO ripping people off? Creators of HBO Go Max now?
It's time for more of what you want. All right, everybody.
So good if that was the tagline.
That's not a bad tagline.
HBO Max. You know you're going to pay us.
HBO. Now it's time for our first segment of the week. Some people's favorite. Geese Peep. We're going on. What can you tell us? Have you said a single word this entire podcast?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
She said, listen.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Hey, Geese Peep, why don't you go ahead and tell us the name of our first segment of the week, please?
I never say it.
Today's a wild and wacky Wednesday. It's Tuesday.
What you been peeping?
Geese of the Week. Taylor, I have wonderful news for you. Do you recall last week when I said, oh my goodness, Last of Us Last of Us Season 2, Episode 1, I'm not feeling it, guys.
Uh-huh.
Well, guess what? Episode 2, very good. Very impressive. It actually looks like an HBO show, like on the caliber of like a Game of Thrones. And I went, all right, okay.
Does that mean that I need to abandon my plan of playing through all of The Last of Us Part 1 with Guncan and then Part 2?
You must play the video game. The video game's still going to be better, so you got to do the video game.
Well, my issue is Guncan has social media, and I forget that people have different lives online than I do, where I'm just looking up, video game breakdown. Yeah.
I could... Even my boy, McDonald's man who works for McDonald's, so incredibly hard spoiled Last of Us, and I went, wow. I almost unfollowed him. I'm sorry. I almost unfollowed him.
I did a bunch of, just right now at least, I'm doing don't recommend video, don't recommend channel, I'm not interested in this, trying to filter out my own stuff. Because as soon as I see The Last of Us, I don't know what this trend is, but it's like... The Last of Us Part 1, he was a ghost the whole time. And it's just, you're looking at it thinking, is that what people want now?
What, the fan theories?
No, I was making a reference to The Sixth Sense. But it's weird that they've just put the spoilers in words.
Oh, yeah. You got to mute everything, like the hashtag or whatever. But I can't unfollow McDonald's man because he liked our picture of our Grimace hats, so.
Oh, this McDonald's man. I thought you were talking about the official McDonald's account or something.
No.
Are you talking hard spoiling season 2 of The Last of Us?
That'd be good. No, he just works for McDonald's.
Is this the guy with the strut? With the victorious strut?
I have no idea earthly what you are talking about.
POV, you're doing the morning shift.
Oh, our boy.
With the big strut.
No, I know. Okay. Calm. Everybody time out. Taylor is talking about a YouTuber who works at a McDonald's location.
I love that guy.
Yeah, he's great. You should watch him move eggs around. It's incredible. I'm talking about a man who works for McDonald's corporate. And he's always talking about, ooh, come to our Chicago location where we have this Indian McFlurry. And we go, ooh, okay, fun. Guys, that's what I watched, Last of Us. It was good. Still reading House of Leaves, still playing Blueprints. I mean, come on, guys. What do you think? Guys, we've been busy. What are you doing? Talking about?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Geese Pete, please tell us all about your Easter adventure. So important. You had to miss an episode of recording.
Speaking of moving eggs around.
Got him. I watched my nephew Cam for a couple of days. And we celebrated Easter, and we took Cam to church. And he's at the stage of his development where he repeats anything you say. And so when we were at church, he kept saying, amen, amen, amen. It was so cute.
Oh, for audio listeners, Taylor was laughing.
And then, we did an Easter egg hunt for him. Here's the thing. He doesn't quite understand gathering, and then you take something and you put it, you collect it. He will pick up an egg, look at it, and bring it to someone, show it to someone, and then take the egg and put it back where he found it.
No, that's mistake.
Amazing. That's
Rookie
such
mistake.
A good habit.
And so he struggled a little bit with that. And also, we filled the Easter eggs with blueberries because my sister didn't want to give him candy, which is fair. And so there's just blueberries all over the yard because he would just pick
she
it
doesn't
up.
want to. She doesn't want to give little organized Cam candy, so she gives him a big old pesticide bomb.
My favorite thing about that sentence, Taylor, was the cadence was for a very short sentence, but it lasted so much longer.
I'm here looking at the little sound wave. That's great.
To be loved.
To be loved.
To be loved is the ultimate goal of any human.
To be fair, he loves blueberries. He calls them bee berries. So he was happy.
Bee berries and Mimos. He's got it all.
Oh my gosh, yes. We went outside. So he calls me Mimo. We went outside and he lied. Yeah, he lied
to
down.
your face.
Yes, he lied down to my face. He lied down on me for, no joke, an hour and just played the tum drum. So was just slapping my tummy. And he kept going, Mimo, Bebo. Bebo is belly button. He's a big fan of my belly button.
Not to be confused with bee berries.
Yeah.
Bee berries, Bebos, Mimos.
Totally different things.
I mean, guys, calm down. I mean, I have my own language for a long time. Sandos, that was a homonym. They meant both sandals and sandwiches. So what are you going to do?
What about, okay, so what's he going to do with money?
Bebos?
If he's already got Mimo locked in for you.
Momos. Monos.
Ooh, Momo. Great character from Avatar The Last Airbender.
Princess Mononoke.
Mm.
Did you have more to say about Easter before Taylor moves on to Severance?
Yeah, Bebo.
It's a live podcast. Dead air. Dead air.
No. Wait. No.
Now moving on to Taylor's Peep of the Week. What you been geesin'? You were saying, Taylor, you watched Severance?
I
finish
did.
It? You finished the season?
We did. We watched episode 7, and we're sitting there, and it's 9 p.m., and Guncan says, we have to finish it. And I said, sure, because episode 9 was terrific. Episode 10, loved it. Great episode. So sick. I'm very surprised that they pulled it off with how much weird filmography they had. How many just very strange events. Really, really like that. It was I'm not a fan of learning about every character, and minor spoilers.
Taylor.
Minor spoilers for the major spoilers I'm about to get into. I hope they never go into Mr. Milchick, because I like having him as an enigmatic employee, and he's such an interesting character because, one, the actor's amazing. Mm-hmm. That dance scene from season 1, I was like, that's my boy right there. This is a character that I am going to enjoy the entire time. It's fascinating seeing somebody who's basically in this kind of cult. I mean, it is a cult, but company cult, where there's no option for him to not be in it. There's no way that he could get out of that company infrastructure.
Well,
ever.
We don't know.
He knows too much.
Well, so did Cobell. They just let her go.
They didn't let her go. They followed her.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
She had that scene with not Harmony.
Her name is
Helena.
Harmony.
Helena, right?
Helena. Okay. Big spoilers. Helena Egan
Yeah.
Harmony Cobell. There you go.
And she's standing at that office. And I was getting the vibe that I got in, what was it? Good. It was either Goodfellas or I don't think it was Casino. I think it was Goodfellas. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was that other one, the Ray Liotta one. Was that Goodfellas?
Casino? Ray Liotta is in
he's in Goodfellas, right? Okay, so you know the scene where his wife is going to see Robert De Niro and
Lorraine Bracco
sees him down the alleyway, and he's like, no, he points her down an alleyway, and he's like, oh, go get some coats. Keep going. And she looks down, and it just gives her weird vibes, and she runs away. Or the scene in Place Beyond the Pines, where something similar happens to Bradley Cooper, where it's just like, you're in a situation, and it gave me that exact same vibe, where I was like, oh, she's in danger.
Man, Taylor and I love Place Beyond the Pines.
Such a good movie.
We were always going on about that.
Really, really liked Severance. I hope that they finish writing season 3.
They will. We discussed this. It'll be here before you know it. Lickety split. Next year, probably.
I hope it's next year, because if it's... Guncan she's fine with time passing. I'm not fine with time passing. So she said, hey, you need to remember right now, because the next time that we're watching this show, it'll be 2 years. What do you think our lives are going to be like? And I'm sitting there having a mild panic attack before starting the last episode. First Berserker Kazan, I'm almost done with. I've read some stuff online saying that it's the hardest Souls-like, but everybody says that about every Souls-like. It doesn't seem very hard. If you're into it, go for it. Combat system's amazing. World is very bland. Everything is a burning city or a cavern or a pseudo sewer system.
You're not playing Lunar? It's out, Taylor.
No, I have to finish First Berserker Kazan. I'm
God.
waiting until they have physical copies up.
They do. It's on Amazon. That's the only play. It's an Amazon exclusive. You have to buy it on Amazon.
I know. How many times do you think I'm checking per day for that?
What? They still don't have... They said they were going to have... restock them like nobody's business.
They did one restock, and then they ran out of that right away.
My God.
I'm probably going to have to wait a couple weeks, but that's fine. I've waited 15 years. And Claire Obscure comes out in 2 days.
Oh, my...
I'm so excited.
I will make an amusing... What is the word I'm looking for? It's not noticement. What is the word that means you notice something?
Observation.
An amusing observation, which never crossed my mind, but you just did it right now where you said, I've waited 15 years. Kyle, friend of the show, I guess. He's been brought up every once in a while. He was laughing so hard because there were, Taylor, these days, every time there's a big video game announcement or a remake, you get 1,000 streamer reacts.
Yeah,
and this girl bursts into treats, crying, saying, oh my God, I've waited 20 whatever years. And we were all like, oh, look, she's so into it. And then Kyle said, it's funny that the second she beat Super Mario RPG, she's now waiting for the remake of it. Like, have you really been just sitting there for 15 years? God, I can't wait to play this again in a remake. It's a fun.
Well, I've actually wanted. Okay, so accurately, if we're talking about how long have I waited to play Silver Star Story, I would say it is close to 10 years.
In trophies.
Time out. What game were you guys talking about?
Lunar.
Taylor can do a better job explaining Lunar than I can because I've never played it.
The game is just called Lunar.
Yes. Lunar, depending on who you are. I remember years and years ago, I bought Taylor a present of it, but the disc was scratched or something, so it didn't work.
It was. I was plowing through that first disc, getting all these collectibles, and the game would just freeze every time.
That's what happened to me with Mega Man Legends 2. Save data got cracked. Never again. No. Never again.
See, we're currently waiting for Mega Man Legends 3.
Well, there you go.
Whenever that comes out in 32 years, we're going to say, I've been waiting 42 years for that.
Well, should have made more fan art. Taylor, please continue with your Lunar discussion before we move on to Poké-news of the week.
Lunar's just a great series. It's a classic JRPG, started a ton of tropes. The best part about Lunar 2, other than the amazing collector's edition with a full-on pendant and a bunch of little character stands, is the fact that the strategy guide is not just a compendium of knowledge. It has stuff like fan-made comics. I guess it's by the authors of the strategy guide, but they have sassy little explanations for the items It has so much darn personality. I encourage everybody who even kind of likes strategy guides to go look at this strategy guide and give it a read, because it's so singular, so funny.
I love the art style of it, and I wanted to play it, but then I told myself, I got 5 minutes into Dragon Quest 3. You think I'm going to buy Luna right now? What a disgrace. Though I do want to support it.
It's one of those games where I wanted a sequel, or I wanted something other than just a copy-paste of the originals.
But if everybody buys it, then they'll make another one. So everybody hurry up and buy
I don't think they will.
It could happen. It could happen. Are we prepared for Poké-news?
I think we're ready for Poké-news.
I don't like this.
Last night at water polo, I started barking at one of the players, and I didn't because somebody said, "Got that dog in you." What am I supposed to do? So I'm sitting there underwater, just. I didn't realize that this team has some of the funniest people in the world, because before long we had at least 10 people just barking in a pool.
Sarah B reports this week that a new short web animation has been released to celebrate Earth Day, Taylor. It's called Pokemon Ecology Diary. And also there's a big book that just went on sale. You can pre-order it now. This is all very exciting. This seems like Geese Peep Central. She loves ecology.
Love that guy.
Are you like a big environmentalist as well?
Well, my major in college was geography, and geography, a big part of that is environmental. So, yeah, you can say.
Yeah, I guess you could say. Also, Sarah B reports that Pokemon Go has announced the Crown Clash event.
You were going to say they crashed out.
It adds King Gambit and Nidoking and Nidoqueen with crowns on into the game. Oh, crowns on into the game. It runs May 10th through May 18th, 2025. A little bit of drama here, Taylor. Sarah B. Joe is not happy with this event.
What is it?
Do you realize the requirements to evolve a Bisharp into a King Gambit in Pokemon Go?
Isn't it like 50 candies or something?
Nope. He has to be your buddy, and you have to do 15 raids against only Dark or Steel types. And Sarah B. Joe was like, not even all the raids are Dark and Steel type. You know how long that would take? And other people are just complaining like the amount of money that's going to cost people buying raid passes to get to 15 raids.
It's probably one of those things that's just, I mean, if the Primeape evolution wasn't easy to kind of fake with exiting and re-entering Go Rocket members, I think that it's most tasks like that take forever.
15 raids is a lot. Some people are saying, well, maybe they'll have just a bunch of Ponyard raids and that'll count. But
that's what I was kind of assuming, actually.
Still, 15 raids is a lot, especially if you're a free player. You
do
15
one a day,
raid passes?
Do 2 a day.
I don't know. But okay, guys, I believe it is time to discuss an episode of Pokemon. Like previously mentioned, we are going to discuss part 1 of this episode. Please, somebody tell me what happened last time on Pokes.
Previously
anybody even remember?
On Pokemon, the gang finally foils Gibbion's plot to stay alive, and he is not that anymore.
Nice. Geese Peep, could you please tell us the name of this episode today in English?
To the skies once more. Part 1.
Or in Japanese, and like I said, we're flying by the seat of our pants in this recording. Daukora he mukate futobi zenpen. This is part 1, episode 1 of Mega Voltage. And guys, when they do a season premiere, they're not playing around. Yes, can I help you?
Oh, I didn't do my 1-sentence synopsis.
Geese Peep, can I please get a 1-sentence synopsis on episode 1 of Mega Voltage, the brand new series from Pokemon Horizons after a 1-year time skip, please?
New phone, who dis?
We open, Taylor, with a big, giant, sick title screen intro. You think we have time to do an opening song? No. It's been a year. We got a lot to catch up on. We see some Swablu flying through the forest. That's a pretty popular Pokemon, isn't he? Because there were a bunch of Swablu in what we covered last week, Monpoke.
Altaria is very sick. Mega Altaria, kind of indifferent.
I just saw a picture of Mega Altaria, but it was in an episode where I guess somebody threw a bucket of water on her. She looks hilarious when she's completely soaking wet because all that hair and floof is just it's okay. We see a Shroomish, we see a Breloom. They're getting me all ready, Taylor, because I'm telling you, the music in these first 2 episodes, this part 1 and 2,
very good.
Very good.
Opens with sick Final Fantasy music. And spoilers jumping ahead a little bit, the new character we meet, Ult, he has the sickest Japanese jazz 90s video game soundtrack. I love that vibe so much, Taylor. That jazzy, like Japanese jazz kind of guy.
I like his character a lot. I hope they don't do the... Oh, boy. I was reading the subtitles, and they do the thing where he, like, adds a little tick. Mega? Yeah. When he's talking, and I just hope that doesn't have a long shelf life. I first encountered that in the game Chrono Cross with the character Korcha, who ended everything with the word cha, and it was incredibly annoying.
I'm really happy about this new character because it brings back much needed Team Rocket goofy energy.
Ult does?
Well,
yeah.
He does like to scream.
I mean, I guess it's kind of... It's not really even a frenemy. It's kind of a little admirer of Roy's, and I think that's very adorable that he got his own little tag along.
Yeah, but I see what Geese Peep's talking about because Horizons didn't have this little... Because even if he looks up to Roy, he treats him like a rival, but a rival from an earlier series. He has a little bit of an attitude.
Everyone took themselves so seriously in the first series.
2 series.
Yeah.
This is the 5th season, I believe.
Whatever. You know what I mean.
Oh, God. This has been some time, huh?
All right. Let's continue with the episode. We see a Slacking. He's walking around. Very active, I might say, for a Slacking. The Pokemon known for snoozing all the time and just laying around. As a matter of fact, that Pokemon, he can't even attack. He has to wait a turn or so.
I was really excited because I thought for a second it was a Rangaroo.
I thought it was Pangoro. But nope, it was Slacking.
All right.
We see an Electrike getting spooked. We see a Cacnea and a Cacturn staring in fear at this giant Slacking eating a citrus berry. And then we cut to what had I mentioned earlier, the jazz drums. We see Captain Pikachu climbing up some rocks in a gorge by a forest. And at first I thought, wait, Captain Pikachu has his own phone now? Somebody's put him on their contract? He has his own Rotom phone? Oh my God, who's on the other line, Geese Peep?
Dot.
I mean, it's probably just Fritos' phone, right?
No, he didn't. It's Roy's phone.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Fritos doesn't have a Rotom phone anymore because everybody would just know where he was.
Big spoilers. Last season, I thought, oh my God, they've killed Fritos. This season, my theory is, what if the explorers caught him and imprisoned him? We'll
I definitely don't think he's dead. And also, I bet they're going to really take advantage of the fact that he's a bad communicator. So when they eventually find him, he's like, oh yeah, I was here the whole time. I guess I forgot to mention that.
My kind of theory is that he faked his own death and is going undercover at Exceed.
Oh yeah, that's probably.
But they know what he looks like because he worked there.
Have you not mentioned Team Rocket already this episode?
Oh, yeah?
Come on. You remember their ironclad disguise system.
That's true.
Yeah, he got his guys.
It would be so funny if the show that reuses the plot, Sprigatito has wandered off in a fuss.
We don't need to talk about Masquerada walking out.
But that's the same show that kills off a main character.
Okay. Let's do it. We're not very far in this episode. Okay. It's been a year, guys. Dot's in her command center, and she's instructing...
Oh, I thought you were going to say Dot's in her early 20s.
No. She's instructing Captain Pikachu and Roy. Oh, my God. Look at Roy with Crocalor. What are they looking for, guys? Slacking tracks? And I lost my mind because, careful listeners, that's not the phrase. What's the phrase? Half this podcast is just me asking, what's this phrase? What's the phrase that means you pay close attention to something?
Observant
listeners may recall Taylor last week saying, I wonder if they'll give Roy an internal monologue. So the new season begins with Roy and his internal monologue, and he's on a quest to meet up with shiny Rayquaza again and solve mysteries of strange Pokemon. So the plot of this season, it's Scooby-Doo.
My name Roy, and I'm here to say I like solving Pokemon mysteries in a major way.
I was cracking up because not only did they give Roy the internal monologue, they also gave him Liko 1.0's self-doubt.
Nah, he's great. Look, he found Slacking all by himself and with Dot's help and Captain Pikachu. Taylor, this Slacking, he's not lazy at all. The Lockwium, it's making him very active and powerful. Oh.
We killed Gibeon for nothing.
And then out of nowhere, a new character pops up with a Sableye. I wrote here, too loud, exclamation mark.
I really enjoyed the fact that he's using a Sableye.
I think what happens here is Roy's trying to sneakily observe the Slacking, but Ult just comes running up screaming. Is that the case? Probably.
Yeah.
Ah, shucks. Slacking ran off. This is what Ult looks like, guys. He's got big green hair, and the hair kind of looks like a letter M or maybe a Marini. Geese Peep.
I like his character. I like his soundtrack. His design reminds me of several characters from the anime Fairy Tail, which I dislike.
Well, a lot of people don't like his design. He just kind of looks like, what is it, Gao from Final Fantasy VI? He has that Japanese one fang going. I think Anne has that too. That's a big character.
That's so many characters.
Yeah, everybody has that. That's a trope. Okay, so it turns out Ult also wants to find shiny Rayquaza. I guess he's just trying to emulate Roy, his big idol or something, I guess. And much like Taylor mentioned before, the boy loves saying mega in the mid. Maybe they'll drop that. Oh, big spoilers. Jumping ahead 15 minutes, 15 hours. I really like this new season so far.
Me too.
Disappointed they decided to continue with the Captain Pikachu is allergic to cute, but we'll...
I was so... I was actually kind of torn at that point because I was like, oh, it's funny that they didn't say he's allergic to cute and he's just sneezing. Like, that's a funny implementation of the bit. So the bit execution is good. The bit substance is terrible.
Yeah, it may drop a point. We'll see. Okay, so I guess at this point, Ult and Roy are going to keep following this Slacking, but here's the problem. Sableye is giving Crocolore such a hard time, annoying the ever-living daylights out of this poor Pokemon. Eventually, Captain Pikachu's had enough. He just screams at him. Also, Kilowattrel's going wild in the distance. I guess he found Slacking. Good work, Kilowattrel.
I'm glad that Roy is finally using Kilowattrel as a bird.
Yeah.
That would have saved him so much time. A year changes people.
Does Sableye walk up to Slacking? Is that what happens?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And then Slacking starts throwing some rocks. Is it time for a battle? Yes, Taylor, it is. Captain Pikachu, double team, Crocolore, flame charge, and Slacking, this cracks me up, just picks him up like a cat and yeets Crocolore into the sky.
Him into the air. Has that happened before?
Probably.
Where there was just
a Donkey Kong moveset.
Yeah, and he throws him up into the air. I'm looking at Crocolore, who has the body of an egg and just limbs shorter than you can imagine. No mobility, just falling. Slacking's fists are just red hot. He's swinging into a giant attack, and I'm thinking Crocolore is going to die.
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, Slacking almost alley-oops Crocolore out of the sky, but thank goodness Kilowattrel swoops in and saves Crocolore, thank goodness. Kilowattrel, use Electro Ball. Flamethrower, Crocolore. Sableye, use Power Gem. And Slacking screams, and oh my god, do you see, Taylor, all that pink coming out of his mouth? This man is infested with Lockwium.
It can only be one thing. Oh, well, I guess you already said it.
Lockwium! He starts banging the ground. This Donkey Kong Pokemon hits Captain Pikachu and Sableye, and we see all the forest Pokemon from before. They're scared, along with Tailo and Skitty. Protect those Pokemon. Should they not have destroyed the Lockwium a year ago? I think Roy is questioning what happened a year ago and if they made the right decision with Terapagos and everything, if there's still all these effects of Lockwood. I don't know.
I think it said, like, I thought we handled that or something like that.
Or it's time to Mega Evolve.
Yeah, well, almost. All right, guys, it is time to get serious. Grab the electric guitar, go shiny Lucario. Gain true power and surpass yourself. And that's right, Taylor, what do?
They once again give Roy, my boy, my best friends list from Pokemon Go. He's got shiny Rayquaza. He's got shiny Lucario. He's got non-shiny Feraligatr. Almost a Skeledirge.
Roy activates his Keystone, and Lucario Mega Evolves with his Lucario Knight.
He looks like the Predator.
Oh, yeah.
He
does.
I mean, he has like little dreadlocks. So he learned how to Mega Evolve and presumably picked up his protege.
In Kalos.
Sorry, he presumably picked up his Pokemon protege. Had to get the alliteration there. Sorry. In Kalos, you think? Since they can both Mega Evolve?
Oh, that's an interesting theory. I don't know where Ult came from. Actually,
They did. They mentioned that they met in Kalos.
No, he definitely got Lucario in Kalos because that's where Mega Evolution's a big thing.
Right.
There is a shot in the credits of the next episode of Ult. If we rewind that, we can try to see if it's him in Kalos or not. Please write in looklistandcast@gmail.com. Is Ult from Kalos?
That's what I'm guessing.
I thought that he explained or somehow mentioned that they met in Kalos or something.
Yeah, he definitely caught Lucario in Kalos.
No, I meant him and Ult.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. If he's
they had to have.
Also, Sableye, you Mega Evolve too. Lots of fun music going on. And at this point, I say, we can animate the rest of this, but we all know that shiny Mega Lucario's got this in the bag. You think he can't take a normal type? Come on, guys.
Although Slacking does have access to Earth moves. Or, sorry, ground moves.
Earth moves. Playing Quest 64? Here's the thing, Taylor. The Lucario knows close combat. He's fine.
I mean, that lowers your defense.
It was going to be a one-hit kill. Lucario, Metal Claw, Captain Pikachu, Thunder Punch, Sableye, Throat Chop. Oh, my God. Slacking. He's so much more powerful than I gave him credit for. He Lockwium hyper beams them, the biggest forest destroying beam I've ever seen in my life. Luckily, they dodge it, but he basically destroys the entire forest. I mean, we're seeing Swabloos and Swellows flying for their life, Geese Peep.
I mean, to be fair, a hyper beam is a normal attack, and that's not very effective on steel.
Still a strong move. But it's Lockwium.
That's true.
Is Lockwium infused.
Yeah, it's got the
small batch artisan Lockwium infused.
And fueled by Gibeon's ghost's rage.
But Taylor, speaking of what you just said, Snorlax Slacking does another hyper beam, and Sableye, what does he do to it?
He blocks it because they don't have effect on ghost type.
Mega Sableye takes his giant gem and puts it right in front of the giant blast because ghost types are not affected by normal type moves.
I loved Mega Sableye carrying his gem around and not really using it very much for his attacks, but always just dragging it around with him like it was his favorite thing. It's great animation.
I don't know if I've ever seen Mega Sableye from the back because I didn't realize he had all those gems on his back. That was pretty cool. At this point, Lucario just goes to town on Slacking, and honestly, that Slacking should have been knocked out from that giant flurry of punches. Come on, that's a good close combat. Sableye, use Confuse Ray, Captain Pikachu, Volt Tackle. Oh my God, he's knocked out. Taylor, we cut to my favorite time of the night. It's sunset. Is sunset a time of the night?
It's my favorite time of the night.
It's pre-night.
Geese Peep, you must have loved this next scene of Kilowattrel just comforting the forest birds, saying, "Are you birds okay?"
Yeah.
As a bird, I can relate to all of you. Hope you're doing all right. Also, there's a friendly Wurmple and a Silcoon over here. We then get a scene of Roy telling Dot on the phone all about the pink Lockwium Hyper Beam. And Taylor.
Yes.
In this year, we have finally learned how to have an adventure. Someone is finally photographing interesting things because he sends her a perfect shot of that pink hyper beam. You kidding me?
Well, and he took a picture of the tracks. Roy's on point. I think it is so funny that Dot didn't contact Liko for this.
No, she's gonna eventually probably.
Yeah, sure.
So we learned in this scene, apparently, and maybe this happened, maybe not. Maybe you tell me. They made a promise to Lucius to destroy all Laqueum, even after they destroy this Laqueum.
They showed the flashback, but that is not said in the flashback.
Wow.
No,
I read between. Geese Peep, Japanese culture, it's all about reading between the lines.
My assumption is that they got through the episode, they watched it, and either they got some feedback from viewers or something, but somebody said, Lucius hasn't done anything or said anything. And somebody said, oh, you're right. He's got to give him a quest.
That's always funny when Japanese people are interviewed and they all say the same thing, which is, we can't believe Americans need to be so direct. They can't just read the room. At this point, Dot is interrupted by her mother and her midnight Lycanroc.
It's very funny because it reminds me of my mom.
Oh, yeah. No knocking.
No
and
knocking.
Her Lycanroc.
Yeah. My mom loves her Lycanroc, but hers is a Dawn form.
Oh, yeah. She got some fluffy Japanese pancakes, so...
Those look really good.
You give, you take. Tinkatuff loves those fluffy Japanese pancakes. So.
I want to have fluffy pancakes when I go to Japan.
Yeah, we can. There's lots of them.
Ooh, just ordered Pankaku at 7-Eleven.
Pankiki?
They called it Pankaku whenever I went there. Most recently.
Are you talking about the ones that are in the wrappers that have butter?
Yeah, but
no, I want the fluffy guys.
She wants the.
Of course you do.
Thick.
Oh my god. Okay.
I'm just saying you want to get both.
Oh, I will.
I was laughing when Dot's mom said hello to Roy. Hello, Roy.
Again, remind me of my mom.
Oh, big time. Yeah. Then we see all Roy's Pokemon are just napping, just like Mom Poke Taylor. Remember? When they were napping last week? Remember, Taylor? All the Pokemon? You remember.
I remember Pikachu falling asleep during the dance.
Guys, here's the thing. Rising Volt Tacklers, they're no more. They've been disbanded. Oh my god. And
almost deservedly,
nah.
They're being called the villainous organization.
Nah.
Because let's take away all context, right? Let's assume Spinal hasn't been running a campaign from his billion-dollar business saying, hey, the Explorers, we're the good guys. Those guys that disappeared, the Rising Volt Tacklers, they're the bad guys. Just the names. You can already draw your own conclusion.
Yeah, as we've covered, yes. To continue this thread we've been pulling at about Ult having Team Rocket energy, who is hiding in the bushes staring at Roy?
Oh,
Team Rocket.
Yeah, just like Team Rocket. Then we get if there's two things I love in an episode, it's sunset and a PowerPoint presentation. We now get the PowerPoint of Ult and Roy setting up a campfire, eating, and I guess, guys, that they're gonna try and find Shiny Rayquaza together, right, guys? There's no way we would cut to the next morning and Ult would wake up and then Roy left him.
He had no choice.
Wow.
And we don't know why he had no choice.
We've all had those campovers.
I love a campover where you abandon your boy. I abandoned my boy. Ult then screams. It's very. Okay. Roy then says, "Man, I gotta tell Liko about this." And then we cut to Liko's school.
It's got to be a way to make $20,000.
There's got to be a way to make $20,000.
What is that a reference?
Yeah, it's my favorite clip of all time. It's from the Brady Bunch movie when Jan needs $20,000 and she's swinging her hair back and forth, and she says in the best delivered line in the history of cinema, "There's got to be a way to make $20,000."
Oh yeah, I think
I've shown you everything.
Yeah.
There's no way you've never heard about that, Geese.
Here's the thing. Liko is in a class that talks about Pokemon typing. Can I remind everyone, Liko has not only defeated a champion in Paldea, she's gone against so many legends and mythicals. I think she knows fire strong against grass.
Yeah, I even wrote, why is Liko even in school?
What a waste of time.
I'll be honest with you. Tell that to her own decision-making with her attacks. Oh, what's that what's an Embor doing? Use a big leafage.
No. Also, what did I call her? Is her name Alice? I thought her name was Anne.
It's Anne.
It's Anne.
I wrote Alice in my notes, but apparently she has a Samurott now. Is that? I don't remember if this is new or if it evolved last season.
Samurott is new. It was a Duat last time. Yeah, I think.
I'll tell you right now, Meowscarada, way more of a sleepy Pokemon than Floragato.
Meowscarada almost looks like it's animated by the people who did Soul Eater.
Ooh, Taylor's Anime Minute of the Week.
Such a good anime. Everybody go check it out. People say it's in the same universe as Fire Force, which just started season 3.
How about that? It is
great sound design.
It is time to go to the battle training class now at the Indigo Academy in Kanto. That's right. She's still at her same school, in case anybody was confused. She has a new hair clip, guys, this year. If you didn't notice,
she has an internal Donald.
Internal Donald's log.
We all have an internal Donalog. Just ask Sora and Goofy.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but at the end of the internal monologue, she says, the weather's nice.
Okay. I'm glad you brought this up, Geese Peep. Here's what I have to say about her repeating the line several times. There's 2 lines that there's a theme of her saying over and over again. One is, the weather is nice today, and it's in my notes somewhere, but it's something like, and me. Okay, here's what I have to say about this line. It's in Japanese. There are little phrases like this that have a much deeper meaning. For instance, you would never have the gall. If, like, let's say you're on, like, a little date with somebody with your little crush or something, you would never have the gall to be like, oh, I like you so much. Oh, I love you or something. Instead, they have secret little codes and phrases. So, for instance, the phrase, the moon sure looks pretty tonight, means I like you. And then you can respond.
Then the other person says, but the owls will never fly low.
Exactly, Taylor.
Oh, that's so sick.
There are 3 responses you can give to that, so they can, in code, say if they like each other or not.
Oh, that's so sick. They have their own little secret entry passwords.
Yeah, so I'm thinking weather is nice today is something like that.
Is that like a way of saying, like, implying that she's overwhelmed and she's not...
She's going through it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much, because we're going to learn shortly and later on my notes, and I'm going to remember what. Anyway, it's time for a commercial break. We're back from that commercial break. We're in the hallway of the school, and I like how they separate all the kids and the students, and you can see what class they're in, like they're little sophomores or whatever, because we see all the middle starter evolutions. We see an Ivysaur, a little baby Servine. Servine! Is that Servine?
Great line.
Croconaw, Monferno, Quilava, Pignite. We go to music class. We see a Jigglypuff, a Bayleaf, a Combuskin, a Primplup, a Frogadier, a Braixen. I'm sure you love this scene, Geese Peep, when they go to the science lab.
Yeah, and the gloom, it's stinky.
It's a stinky gloom, and everybody's closing their nose. And we see a Tepig and an Oshawott, Dartrix. There's a little, and then they go to the underclassmen. There's a little baby Sprigatito and a little Litten with all the new students. Chikorita, Squirtle, Rowlet, Popplio, Torchic, Piplup. At this point, we see a battle between Anne's Samurott and a Wartortle. Oh, interesting. The children, Taylor, are mentioning that Cyrano from Blueberry Academy, that's right, from Scarlet and Violet DLC 2 in Unova, they've been scouting Anne, saying, hey, why don't you come to our school? You're so sick, you're so cool, you're great at being a trainer.
That is pretty sick. Good for Anne.
Because we already, in last season, we went to, it was last season or 2 seasons ago, we went to Kitakami, that was DLC 1. So hopefully this season we'll go to Unova, Blueberry Academy, be lots of fun.
Blueberry Academy.
Blueberry Academy. Oh, look, a Brion and a Quilladin. Looks like Liko's going to battle a Dartrix. All right, then we cut to nighttime in the dorm room with Taylor.
Yes?
There's not enough space in this tiny dorm room for 2 fully evolved Pokemon. Giant, enormous cat woman and giant otter samurai. There's no space in this dorm, Taylor. Anne's mug with a little Oshawott face on it was adorable. I thought it was so cute. I had to draw that little face because he's a cutie pie. Look at that little Oshawott.
Where is it?
What, the drawing?
Yeah. Aw, that is cute. It's a good drawing.
The girls then have an inane conversation about misplacing things, and Liko's rubbing a Pokeball for a while. You're telling me Pogogo-chan's been trapped in that ball this whole time, never will come out ever again?
Probably depressed because they, killed Gibeon.
Yeah, he loved Gibeon. Well, here's the thing. How about you and me, Ann and Liko, we're going to go train tomorrow. All right. We cut to later that night. Ann's already in bed trying to sleep. Liko's looking at old pictures of the Rising Volt tacklers on her little Rotom tablet. She pets the Pogogo-chan ball again. And then we cut straight to a NINTIETH video stream.
Well, no, Anne wakes up in the middle of the night and looks concerned about Liko. Anne can tell that there's something up with Liko.
Yeah, there's something going on. But ostensibly, if I'm using that word correctly, we cut to the next day and we see a NINTIETH video /stream. Taylor, I can never tell if it's a video or a stream. You tell me.
I can't either.
I think it's a video, probably.
Sure.
And this one's about the Laqua effects, which is very timely, I would say. And NINTIETH, which of course, it's been a while since we've had NINTIETH videos, but if you're unaware, that is Dot. That is her alter ego, her streaming persona.
Well, some might say it's her real identity.
Ooh, some may say.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, guys, everybody watching, I need you guys to all send me proof of either Laqua stuff or legendaries or whatever. Just anything interesting you send to me. You send to your girl, NINTIETH.
That, I feel like that should have just become the focus of her channel. Just users, we're going to do this every Friday. If you see a legendary Pokemon, send it to me, because that would have helped so much for gouging fire. Would have helped for shiny Rayquaza. Just having fan submissions saying, we saw it in the sky over here. We saw it in the sky over here.
Would have been smart. And then the anime does what it always does, which is it cuts to the video, but then it reveals who is watching it. And this time it is Anne. She is outside on the little bench with Liko.
I have such a hard time with characters named Anne because of the show Arrested Development.
Yep. Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. Sandslash is playing with Samurott and Hatterene. They're having the time of their life, and Liko is scratching Meowscarada's chin. Some people don't like this. Some people don't like how human Meowscarada looks, and just scratching her chin looks weird to them. But,
it does look weird.
Well,
I'm more okay with Meowscarada than I was Floragato.
Really?
Floragato seemed more like a hybrid of a cat and a person, whereas Meowscarada seems more like a person, and Sprigatito seems more like a cat.
Well, I was laughing at this point because Liko reveals she's behind on NINTIETH videos. She hasn't been watching. I'm sorry.
I mean, why would you?
Depression.
The training begins. While they train, the girls discuss the big blueberry news. Bee-Berry Unova Academy, Cyrano, very exciting. Good for her. You know what? Good for Anne. Happy for her.
Good for what's her name.
Then we cut to lunch. Oh my God. The news is on, Taylor. Turns out there's been another Laqua rampage in Hoenn. Way to go, Spinal. And the kids in the playground, in the schoolyard, in the cafeteria are saying that this is all due to the Rising Volt tacklers, Taylor.
Yeah, I mean, you name your Pokemon crew after an attack.
Well, all they're saying is that they screwed up the environment, and the explorers are going to be the ones that are going to have to go fix.
Yeah.
But Anne is the only one of the school aware that Liko was in the Rising Volt tackler, so she runs over there to interrupt them. Anne walks over to interrupt these kids and tells them, you girls don't know what you're talking about. First of all, and did you see Meowscarada clench her little human fist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was making me laugh. But Liko intervenes and says, no, it's okay. Anne, we don't need to fight the children and the girls. It's okay.
Because, what leg does she have to stand on? What could she possibly, Anne? What could she really say other than, I've got a feeling the explorers are evil?
She's just trying to defend her.
She says that, they're running their mouths talking about things they don't know about.
Yeah.
Which is true.
I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying, what minds is she going to change?
I don't know. But then we cut to Taylor, I'm sure you've seen this in 10 million anime. The classic Japanese school rooftop scene.
I thought it was funny because the series started with Liko on a rooftop, and then the new series also started with Liko on a rooftop.
And the series started with Liko at a bus stop, and I believe we're going to see a bus stop in the next 2 episodes. Taylor?
And the series...
We then get a flashback of Frito's dying, and we get that theme.
Allegedly, air quotes for
Air
audio listeners.
Then we get the, like I mentioned earlier, the theme of Liko saying, Demo watashi wa, which is just, but I am. Because here's the thing. I don't know if we get this yet, but here's the problem with Liko's facing. Everybody around her seems like they're accomplishing so much, and she feels like she's not doing anything. But Taylor... Oh my God, we are interrupted by a boy in the sky holding on to the legs of a Kilowattrel. Who is it?
It's Roy. I was sitting there cracking up because Liko's having this crisis of identity and progress. And I'm just thinking, I hope Roy doesn't mega evolve his shiny Lucario.
Yeah. And now, because we're in such a sick introductory episode of the season, we get the very first hint of a title. It was very sick. Geese Peep, can you please tell us
the title in English?
No, the episode's over, by the way. But can you please tell us, because since Fritos is dead, we don't have any Fritos Seminar of the Week. Instead, this week we have I believe it's called a Mega Nito Things Mega Evolution of the Week.
We see the mega super duper evolution of the Guiding Waves Pokemon Lucario.
Or a Pokemon in English.
So instead of learning stuff about it, well, I guess we learned some things, but the whole point of this presentation is to see what it looks like when it mega evolves. So when it mega evolves, black patterns spread all over its body, and they mark the places that the energies of Guiding Waves / Aura and Mega Evolution mix together and flow through.
I totally forgot to mention earlier, I'm sorry to interrupt Seminar of the Week.
Mega Evolution of the Week.
Oh yeah, Mega Super Evolution. We got 2 more Sailor Moon transformations with the Mega Evolutions.
Oh my God.
And then, of course, we get an animation, and it's Nito Thing looking at a Lucario through binoculars, and it uses Guiding Waves, and Team Rocket blasts Nito Thing right into the sky.
No, he uses Aura Sphere.
Aurasphere.
Even I knew that one.
Well,
but
yeah,
that's just because Lucario's my boy.
That's a Smash Brothers move. I mean, come on, guys.
Oh, is it?
You never played Lucario?
I mean, not really, but I don't know the names of their attacks. I just know B. If you said it's Lucario's down B, I would know. That's a counter, probably.
It is now time to discuss. We're going to tell you how we felt about part 1 of this episode. Do you recall the title of it, Geese Peep?
Skies
of
the
Arcadia,
limit.
That's right.
To the skies once more, part 1.
All right, let's discuss how we feel about this. Let's give this bad boy a score, and I think I mentioned this at the top, but we're going to very unorthodoxly just discuss this. Not even say goodbye to you. We're going to Irish a goodbye out of here, and then next week you're going to hear us discuss part 2 of this, and then we'll say goodbye to you. So you have to wait 1 week to hear me say goodbye and Geese Peep say goodbye. So I'm sorry now. Apologies in advance. This episode, tons of fun, sick, cool, music. I feel like, okay, I'm sorry to have the big spoilers.
I forgive you for the big spoilers.
But I'm pretty sure this season is going to bring back what I've wanted for so long, because we've missed out on it. I'm sure Geese Peep would agree with me.
Yes.
Voice acted Pikachu.
Here's what I miss. Do you guys remember the Pokemon Quaxley and how he had a personality?
Yes.
Because I'm pretty sure Quaxwell does not have a personality. But I'm pretty sure in this season, we're going to get personalities with Sableye and maybe even Mega Lucario, and I'm excited about it.
I'm so excited about it. That's why I was so sad when they evolved, because I knew that would end.
Yeah.
I also really liked, I don't know if you guys picked up on this, the animation is much less, I guess not much less, it's less detailed in its movement. Like the lines are drawn less when there's actual movement happening.
Which is good, because normally that lends itself to very fluid scenes. I wasn't feeling good with some of the animation in the next episode because it was just characters standing still next to each other. And it was like, look at those two battling. And it's like statues.
I wish I could just give one score for both episodes together because it's a part 1 and part 2. But unfortunately,
they did it to themselves.
They did it to themselves, and I could never do that to you. You need 2 scores for 2 episodes.
Exactly.
This score,
need unique New York.
This score I'm going to give you, it may not even be a real score because I'm just judging based off of part 1. How am I supposed to remember anything of what it was? It part 1? Was it part 2? I don't know. It's
remember Roy says something interesting.
We're definitely giving it a 9 for me, 9.0 at least. I may talk myself into a higher score, but new character designs, everything looking sick. We got Dot's mom, we got funny, we got laughs, we got pancakes.
I'm gonna give it a 9.3. I really like the fact that I never, when watching, thought, oh, they're just trying to explain this to the audience. It was none of that. It was all showing, no telling, which I'm a big fan of.
And it's just so sick that he's on this big adventure.
The music is so sick, too.
The music's great. And it's just so good that we were talking months ago, we were talking about, I wonder if the Rising Bull Tacklers are going to be the real villains, and that they're painting it that way. So I'm just very excited about the future of this season.
Big fan of Ult and the energy he brings to the show. Much needed. Much needed.
Taylor, how did you feel about this episode? Perhaps even a score. Oh, are there sirens and dogs and Turkish streetcar salesman with the ice cream cone where you try to grab the ice cream cone, but they keep pulling it away?
That's not really a big thing in Turkey. Normally it's just they run around giving you simit, which is like a sesame bread. Ankara is famous for it because they use molasses, and it's so good. I still remember everyone in the street staring at me. I slam on the brakes in just a random part of Ankara, leave the car parked in the middle of the street, and charge down the street yelling out, "Simichi!" And the guy turns around with the giant 4x4 or 4 foot by 4 foot plank on his head, and it's just piled full of all this simit. And he starts like walking towards me, and I'm walking towards. Oh, I got so much simit, so good.
Sounds good.
So about Pokemon, how'd you like the episode, the first one?
Disguise
Once More, part 1.
My only issue is that they didn't do what I really wanted them to do, which was, okay, Infinity War from Marvel Studios. Great film. Beginning part of Endgame, where they show the after effects of like post Infinity War, what that meant for the world. Captain America in group therapy was so sick. I was losing my mind. Didn't like the rest of the movie, but losing my mind at that scene. I wanted there to be more of an impact of losing Fritos, more of an impact of taking our next steps instead of just what they did, which was, we all just haven't been in touch.
We may get that in episode 3 and 4. Yeah. Also, I think you're discussing more episode 2 stuff, but how'd you feel? What's your score for episode 1?
So that was actually leading into the characters introducing themselves, which with Roy going, "My name's Roy, and I'm on an adventure." And Liko going, "I'm Liko, and I'm a student." And I was like, I really wish that there had been anything other than the exact same intro they gave in the very first time we met them.
I think that makes sense because they're trying to welcome like a new audience who maybe didn't watch the last series.
Yeah, the new audience.
I watched Digimon season 3 because that was when they went hardcore and serious now.
I think I only saw the first season of Digimon.
How did you feel about this episode, Taylor? Do you have a score?
I'm still kind of working that. Probably 8.8. Nice,
so low.
solid.
Such a great episode.
I mean, 8.8 is pretty darn good.
When have we ever had Taylor on the lowest, Geese Peep on the highest, me in the middle? That's a new one for me. That's a rare.
I think it was a good episode. I think it was well executed, but it didn't blow me away. It was just very good.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was a great fun time. I can't wait to find out how we feel about part 2 of this episode, and you'll find out next week. Like I said, no time for goodbyes, so sorry. Geese Peep, say you're sorry 5 times.
I'm sorry.
Because you're going to not get a goodbye until next week.
We'll see you for part 2.
Yep, never say goodbye.
Thanks for the boilerplate.
No, we're not doing that, Taylor. That's next week.
We don't thank you for the boilerplate.
You will be thanked next week. Okay.
If you're good.
Keith, don't even get me started,
up.
Keith.
Don't mess up,
Say
Keith.
hello to you in a week, okay? Goodbye, everybody. I mean, darn it. I'm sorry.
Howdy, y'all. It's me, Geese Peep. Thank you for listening to the Geese Peep Productions podcast.
Geese Peep Enterprises, doing business as Peep Industries, together with its subsidiaries, is a diversified worldwide entertainment company with operations in media networks, talent management, parks and resorts, multimedia entertainment, and consumer products and interactive media. Geese Peep Enterprises is a Dow 30 company